If you or someone you love has a severe disability, you've probably been told that you're going to have to wait for months, maybe even years, to get the Social Security benefits that you qualify for. But what if I told you that there is a special rule that can move your case to the front of the line? It's called the Compassionate Allowances List, and most people don't even know that this exists. But today I'm going to show you what it is, how it works, and how you can use it to get a decision much faster. But before we dive into those details, I just want to let you know that our sponsor chapter is giving away their Amazon bestseller, It's Not That Complicated, away free to the low income relief audience. You can claim your copy by going to the link that you see on screen. You just need to enter your email address and it will be sent to you right away. But for now, back to that compassionate allowances list. This is, of course, a Social Security Administration rule that basically says if you have one of these covered conditions, they're going to bump your application up to the front of the line, basically. And they do that because they know that the conditions on that list already meet their requirements and their definition of disability. So, what you need to do is submit medical proof that you have that condition and, show how it affects your daily life. And then they will be able to complete that review much faster for you. This program was created back in 2008 to help tackle a huge problem. They had massive backlogs at the Social Security Administration at that time, and people were sometimes waiting up to 2 years to get a decision. So they decided to implement this program that would help bump some of the most serious claims up to the top of the pile so that you didn't have to wait as long. And according to NCOA, if you have one of the conditions on this list, sometimes your decisions could be made in just days, which is obviously a huge improvement. Now, Jen Teague, NCOA's Director for Health Coverage and Benefits, said, think of it as a fast track to disability benefits because that's exactly what it is. And if you're one of those people who's been told you're going to have to wait for a long time, this can be really exciting and it can offer some real relief. So let's talk about who it helps. First of all, I want you to know that both adults and children are covered by the different conditions on this list. Some are pediatric only, some cover both adults and children, but it is available to both. It generally covers conditions that are severe, life-threatening, or rare, and this compassionate allowances loophole has already helped over 1.1 million people get approved for their benefits faster. So now, of course, the most important question, right? How do you access this amazing opportunity? So first, you just need to apply for disability benefits in the usual way. Whether you're applying for SSDI or SSI or both, the Compassionate Allowances list does apply to both of those programs. There's no special application that you need to use. You just use the same standard ones that everyone uses. But you need to make sure that you list your condition exactly as it appears on the Compassionate Allowances list in your application. So when it's asking what your conditions are, you're going to want to make sure that you include it the exact same way that they write it down, get it as verbatim as possible, because what's going to happen is when you submit your application, the Social Security Administration's automated systems are going to pick that up, they're going to flag your application, and they're going to bump you up to the top of the pile. It's generally very automated. That's why it's so important to make sure that you include it exactly as written in the list. So in practical terms, the first thing you're going to want to do is go see if your condition is on the list. You can visit the URL that you see on screen, or you can wait just a moment. We do have a printable list you can download as well. Then you want to make sure that you write down your diagnosis exactly as it appears on that list. Then you send all of your medical evidence in with your application. And again, you can find those applications online or at your local Social Security Administration office. Now, what if when you open that list, your condition isn't there? Right? Because there are about 300 conditions on that list, but that obviously doesn't include everybody, right? If you feel like your condition should be included, you can suggest it. There is an email address that you can see on screen there where they do accept those requests. If you choose to send that email, you need to include your contact information, the name of your condition, any other alternate names it may be known by, as well as some additional information about your condition. SSA will review it, gather more information, let you know what they decide, and then periodically they make these announcements where additional conditions have been added. That's actually one reason why we're bringing this video to you right now, because they just added 13 new conditions to the Compassionate Allowances list. Now, of course, I'm not a doctor, so I'm not even going to attempt to read these to you because I know that I won't pronounce them right. But if you have a condition that is on that list, then you should know that they have now been added to the Compassionate Allowances allowances list, and you will be bumped up to the top of the pile as long as you include that as written. Now, if you don't see your condition listed here, do know that there are, like I said, 300 total conditions on that list. We have a printable ready for you. If you go to the link that you see on screen, you can claim that with just your email address. You can also visit the Social Security Administration website if you would prefer not to opt in at this link as well. Thank you for watching. I hope this information has been helpful to you. Don't forget to check out our other videos for more ways to save money and get free stuff. I'll see you there.